Vaishali. Back to studio.
Thanks for joining me with those details. And there's more breaking news coming in. Now, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has expressed condolences over deaths in the Australia shooting. He said, and I quote, "Deeply distressing news from Australia. The United Kingdom sends our thoughts and condolences to everyone affected by the appalling attack in Bondi Beach. I'm being kept updated on the developing situation, and I have Major General Rajan Kochhar, defense expert, with me again." Now, Major General Rajan Kochhar, you know, earlier in the morning, I was speaking to an Australian journalist, and he was saying that immigration laws in Australia should be more stringent and they should know who's coming into their country. What would you like to say on that?
I think the journalist with whom you have spoken, I think I share his views, because the world is slowly going from tolerance to intolerance, and we have seen these things happening in our own neighborhood. So I think United States has already started this, and Canada also has started it. And all these countries, France has also started it now, because all these countries have realized that their internal problems or internal law and order situation is being affected by these immigrants who have come with a specific agenda, because they cannot tolerate the growth of the other communities, the other religions, because the basic thing is intolerance. And I'm reminded of the 7th October incident also, which happened in Israel. It was, of course, at a much larger scale, but this is the disease, I think, problem in the minds of certain people, the extremism which is being spread all over the world by these kind of ideologies. So it's extremely important now. I don't want to brand a particular religion into saying that, you know, they are more prone to terrorism than the others. But this kind of ideology I would like to stress upon, which is affecting the minds of the people. As we saw the blast in India also, in the Red Fort, where the white-collared people, the educated people are doing this kind of things, because there is an indoctrination which is taking place, there is a radicalization which is taking place, and which is happening in Australia also now. So I think when we talk about terrorism, and when we talk about Pakistan being the hotbed of terrorism, when we talk about Pakistan nurturing these terrorist groups, I think the world needs to take a note of it, because terrorism is not restricted to any particular region now, because it is omnipresent. And in case people don't take this as a warning now, countries like Australia, USA, Great Britain, Canada, you see, if they don't, and France also I'll include into these 5 countries, because if these countries don't take this as a warning sign and don't get together with the forces who want to eradicate terrorism, it will be very, very difficult. Because my last statement here is that terrorism cannot be handled by one country. It is a kind of an international phenomena, because the links of these terrorists go back to groups which are
I'll come back to you, sir. I'm getting some breaking news
countries.
coming in. Another devastating visual coming in from Sydney's Bondi Beach. This video is from after the attack. We can see that people are trying to help their friends with CPR. Now, I have Ambassador Mahesh Sachdev also joining me. Ambassador Sachdev, how do you see this devastating attack on Australia?
I think it's highly condemnable. The authorities have been able to arrest 2 suspects, and we'll have to wait till there is some better lead from them as to who has done it. But circumstantial evidence suggests that Jewish festival of Hanukkah being celebrated and firing at that would, at the very least, enable somebody to draw some conclusion as to this would have something to do with Jews and their festivities, and perhaps a needle of suspicion would point to the Islamic radical elements. Australia does have considerable immigrant population from Middle East, particularly Iran, Lebanon, and elsewhere. There were even earlier attempts to radicalize, and Australians thought that they had sort of come at the top of it, but it seems that the subterranean fires continue to stoke such radicals. Let's also not forget that Australia lies next, cheek by jowl, to Indonesia, which is the largest Muslim country. So there are all sort of possibilities. One would not like to speculate at this moment. Eventually, I think since the two suspects have been caught alive, it should be possible for us to draw some conclusions fairly soon. But this is highly condemnable, and festivities of one religious group providing cannon fodder of this kind of instances have to be condemned by every right-thinking human being. Thank you.
All right.